Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, hello, my name is Robyn. I am a novice gardener, a hand lettering artist and calligrapher, and my YouTube channel focuses on that type of content with a little bit of lifestyle. And in today's video, I'm going to share with you what I plan on sowing in my 2021 garden. So I have done most of the hard work, which is trying to determine what I'm actually going to sow in the garden this year, and I have the majority of my seeds already, which is really truly exciting. There are only a few seeds that I am waiting for. I actually just purchased them last week, so once they come in, I will start the preparation for all of my seeds. One thing that I have learned since 2020, which was my first gardening season, is that I am going to start everything from seeds. I may not directly sow them, but I'm not planning to go to any nurseries and get any seed starts or seedlings. I'm planning to start everything from seed, and just that's I guess a good way to save money, because seed starts cost more than seeds, and for a package of 200 plus seeds for $2.99, you'll only get one plant from a nursery, or maybe 4 seedlings started from a nursery or Home Depot, Walmart, wherever you get your starter plants from. So I'm really excited to share with you guys what my plans are for the 2021 season, because last year was my first time gardening. So in the course of 10 or so months, I have definitely learned a lot. I mean, a whole lot. Gardening is a labor of love, but the rewards are plentiful. And so I'm not doing the seeds in any particular order. I'm just going to pull them all out, and these are going to include the seeds that I'm going to sow in the spring as well as in the fall or cooler months as well. No particular order. I just have all the seed packets out here on the table, and I'm just gonna pull and share with you. But before I do that, I'm gonna share with you the seeds that I purchased last week that I don't have the packets for, and those are Roma tomatoes, which I got from Baker Creek, as well as I want to say some zinnias, because this year I also want to plant some flowers in the garden as well, some cut flowers, and I want to say sunflowers as well. So I got a couple varieties of zinnias and sunflowers, so I don't have those seed packets to share with you. Some of these seed packets were purchased last year, but a nice amount of them I have, well, they were all purchased last year, but some of them were purchased for the intention or with the plan of sowing in 2021. So first up, we have Golden Honeymoon. This is going to be a form of a melon, probably like something like a what would you call it, like a cantaloupe, or maybe it's just I don't know. Anywho, some kind of melon. I'm excited about that. Also, this is another watermelon, well, a watermelon seed called xoxo watermelon. I think that's how you pronounce it. And these came from Baker Creek. Excited about those. They have orange flesh. Honeydew tamdew melon, which is like a honeydew melon. Excited. This is my favorite type of melon, honeydew. Last year, I purchased this watermelon seed from Baker Creek, and I did plant them, but I planted them really, really late in the season, and they didn't do well. I think by the time I cleared my garden bed out to prepare for the fall garden, maybe 2 fruit had came up, but I uprooted them before they even matured. I'm back. So now into the tomato seeds. So last year in my garden, my most successful plants, if I can recall correctly, were the Roma tomatoes that I planted and a husky cherry red tomato that I planted. I mean, the flavor of those cherry tomatoes was amazing. And even though they were small, they were so juicy and sweet. And it really allowed me to understand or gain an understanding of what people meant when they said tomatoes were sweet. Like, they were just really good. I was finding ways to incorporate them into my diet. Salads, of course. Sometimes I would just go out in the morning and harvest a few of them and eat them with the plain bagel. They were just really, really good. So this year, what I wanted to try to do, again, because I'm not planning to purchase any starter plants or seedlings from any nurseries, I'm going to do my own seedlings. So I did get a couple different varieties of cherry tomatoes, and this one is the first one, blue cream tomato. This is from Baker Creek as well, and I'm really excited to see how those grow and what they taste like. And I also have this one, which is blueberries tomato, also from Baker Creek. Excited about those. So beautiful. And that's another thing with gardening. Like, once you really get into gardening and you realize, hold on, that's Kinley again. Okay, so when you get into gardening and you realize that there are all these different seed companies online that have hundreds of different varieties of every fruit you can imagine, you really get, I guess, excited about the different varieties that you could plant, because the flavor profile of them are all different. And it's crazy to even think that there's so many different flavor profiles for different fruit that we have been eating all our lives, but there's so many varieties, and just how beautiful they are is just amazing to me. So I also have a few different pepper plants. I only purchased one bell pepper seed this year, for this year, and it is also from Baker Creek, and it's the Golden Cow Wonder Pepper. I'm not a huge fan of bell peppers, but when I do eat them, the sweeter the better, so I like those. I also bought this one, Sugar Rush Peach Pepper. This says that it's packed, the taste is packed with loads of super sweet tropical flavor, and the seeds bring a smoky complex heat, so I'm excited to try those. Also, I have the Puma pepper, which is pretty. Look at that. It's just very, very pretty. Long fruit has brush strokes of tangerine and violet, bursting with habanero level heat. Super excited about that. And then I have this onion seed. Is shikura onion? Not sure if that's how you pronounce it, but I'm excited about that. I also want to do a little bit more research into where I can find some starts. So if I do buy starts, it would be for onions. This year I purchased some garlic bulbs. Can't remember, Keen Garlic, I think that was the name of the online store. But I'm gonna try to find something comparable for onions, because I hear that it's kind of difficult to grow onions from seed, and I'm actually struggling with that as well. You need to know, based on where you live, if you need a short or long day onion, and it's just a whole lot. So if you can find an online source to purchase like some starts, that's probably ideal. So I need to do a little research on that. Also, I have some pumpkin seeds. So they're called squash. This one in particular, flat white borer squash. I'm not planting these to eat. I'm actually planting them for home decor. I know, sue me. But again, if you're into home decor, it's cheaper to just spend $4 or less on some seeds, and you could just grow your own pumpkins instead of spending what, $5 per pumpkin. You can have your own little pumpkin patch, and it's cheaper that way. So I'm also, like I said, gonna plant some flowers this year, and I got this pack of Cosmos seashells from Baker Creek with one of my orders. Whenever you purchase from Baker Creek, they give you a free pack of seeds. So this came in one of my orders. Excited about that. I also purchased some aster seeds. So I have the Aster China Perfect Perfection mix, really pretty blooms. And then this one is the Salmon Janina Aster. Beautiful color. I'm excited about these the most. Okay, I'm also going to plant again carrots. Surprisingly, I'm hoping that these still do good. They say that they're packed for 2019. This is a pack of seeds that I probably purchased from like a local nursery or something. I hadn't seen if they've done well or not in the garden. I did plant some a few months ago and we'll see how those turn out, but I'm planning to plant those again. Also, cabbage, I planted some this year. These are from Johnny's Seeds. Johnny Selected Seeds. This is an online source as well. Oh, what is this? From Johnny Select Seeds as well. What is this? Cauliflower. And then a hybrid broccoli from Johnny's. Okay, more carrots. So this is the first carrot seed that I sowed in the garden last year, and the fruit were delicious. I didn't plant a whole bunch of them. I only planted 9. Like I said, you know, with 10 months in or however long it's been, I've learned a lot over the past year, and so I know now how to plant carrots to get more bang for my buck. So I'm gonna plant those again, and also Kyoto red carrot from Baker Creek. Hadn't seen how these are produced, but I'm excited about these as well. And they're just pretty. Look at that. Like, who knew that you could purchase and plant seeds, carrot seeds, that would turn this really pretty red color. Brussels sprouts. I fell in love with Brussels sprouts probably last month. I actually bought those seeds last year, and I purchased some Brussels sprouts from a local farmer's market here and loved them roasted. So I'm hoping that they definitely produce some fruit this year. They have germinated in the garden, but they hadn't really matured or anything, so we'll see. Golden beets. Never eaten a beet before, but I did plant a few of these seeds this past fall, and we'll see how that goes. Back to the tomatoes. This is True Black Brandywine tomato. I'm excited about this one because when I started my garden last year, my grandmother was like, where are your big slicer tomatoes? And I didn't, you know, again, had no idea what that even meant. All I had was the Roma tomatoes as well as the cherry tomatoes. So I made sure that I got some big slicer tomatoes. And I also have this Blue Beauty tomato from Baker Creek. Really pretty. Excited to see how those grow. Also going to plant some strawberries. Strawberries are great for smoothies, you know, so I'm excited about that. Another watermelon seed, Benny Kadima watermelon. Excited about that. Cucumber, Early Fortune cucumber. So I sold some of these last year. They kind of sort of did well, but they got attacked by pests, so I'm definitely gonna try it again. Zucchini golden squash. Excited about that. Squash is one of my favorite vegetables, so yeah, excited about those. Kalima beans, like a green bean, one of my favorite vegetables as well. Hoping that I can have better success with these than I did last year. Fisher's Earliest corn, sweet yellow corn. Excited about that. This will be my first time planting corn. Back to the pumpkins. Casparita. This is a white pumpkin, and again, planting it for fall decor. And another pumpkin, Musc de Provence. I believe this is like a orangish, brownish color pumpkin that's flat. Excited about that. And okra again. This okra did very well last year. Got these from Baker Creek. And I believe this whole stack that I have are herbs. I am gonna plant some herbs this year also. I have a few out in the garden now, but what I really want is like I guess a smaller raised container, something that I could probably put closer to my home as opposed to far away where the raised garden beds are. so that the herbs aren't taking up my prime real estate in a raised garden bed. So I'm on the lookout for something a little smaller but elevated that I could bring closer to the house, so when I'm cooking I can literally just go out the patio door and pull in some herbs when I need. If you guys have any suggestions on something cute that I can put out in the yard for my herbs, that would definitely be appreciated. So I have chives here. Chives have slowly but surely come up out there in the raised bed that I planted last fall. And then German winter thyme, rosemary. Hadn't had success yet, but I hear that that's a difficult herb to grow, so I'm not beating myself up. I'm just, you know, really excited for when that's going to germinate out there. And then I have cilantro. This is actually germinated out in the yard. It's not as large, but I am, fingers crossed, still optimistic about that. And then I have some Genovese, not sure if that's how you pronounce it, but basil. And then some lemon basil. I actually have 2 free packs from Baker Creek, so I'm sure that came from an order that I made last year. Okay, so from what I'm hearing and the research that I've done, lettuce and spinach are like cool weather crops. It gets extremely hot here in Alabama, and out in my salad garden bed, the spinach, the arugula, and the little gem and romaine varieties of lettuce that I planted are doing extremely well. But one thing that I hate is that they are cool weather crops, again, because it gets hot probably like in May. Like from May until a good October, it's hot in Alabama. So I'm hoping to find some bolt resistant or some warm weather spinach at least for the garden, because I like spinach for salads and I also like spinach in my smoothie. So if I can extend the growing season a little bit with some spinach, that would be great. So I do like arugula. I planted this this fall and it's done really well. And the hybrid smooth spinach from Johnny's has done extremely well. And I wonder if this may be since it is a hybrid, I might be able to plant that in the spring. I'm not really sure. And then last but not least, Little Gem, which is a romaine variety. I am going to plant that a little differently this year. Last year I planted it really dense, and so the leaves are coming up. It's germinated. I can definitely eat them now, but I want them to get a little larger. What I'm going to do though this go round, instead of trying the cut and grow again method, I'm just going to plant them not as dense, but still probably not what's recommended on the back of the seed packet, maybe 3 inches apart, and then tear the leaves away as they mature from the outside in, which will also elongate my ability to harvest the romaine without having to plant seeds over and over again. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. I'm looking forward to the garden, the fall, the 2021 gardening season, and I look forward to your comments or any suggestions or tips that you may have for me. And until next time, I'll talk to you later. Bye.